Now, earlier I wanted to say something, right? I wanted to make my bad. I wanted to make a monologue about the greatness of LeBron James.
Right.
But then I realized, why do I need to do that when I can express it on my podcast and let my audience know the greatness that we're witnessing right now? All right?
Right.
So whenever people hear about basketball or sports in general, the reason why they tune out is because they hear numbers. He has 27 points per game. He has 3 rebounds. You know, they don't care about that. Mm-hmm. When you explain some of the narrative of what's going on, that's when like, oh my God, I like that better. So whenever I try to get people into sports, I tell them shekel. You know? Because it is a shekel. That's why sports is the greatest thing, man.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
That's why it's the what?
It's the greatest thing
invention of all time. Yes.
It came back around.
It came back around. I won.
I won.
Reese's way.
I won.
Reese's way.
Reese's nigga, rewatch this shit. When you edit this shit, you hear Reese's at least 30 times.
Edit out the peanut butter bullshit. Edit it out.
It's gonna be 10 minutes. But here's the thing, though. The reason why. Okay, I want to make it a narrative of it, right? LeBron James. Cue the music. Right now, we're witnessing a guy that's on his Champions League. So we're witnessing a guy that's headed to his 10th NBA Finals.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, let that sink in. The guy's played in the league 17 years. He has spent more than half of his career in the NBA Finals.
Right.
What does that mean? He's
a producer.
He knows what he wants, man.
He's a producer.
He's a producer, and he's an elite type of player. Now, I want to make the narrative, the shake, right? I don't want to just give you numbers, man. I want to explain something to you.
Right.
Now, in the game of basketball, it's a game of superstars. If you have the best superstars, you're going to win. Generally, that's how it goes. If you have the best team, you win, right? Mm-hmm. That's the game of basketball. There's 3 narratives of all 3 sports in American sport. There's baseball, basketball, and football. Baseball is about history. Baseball is about tradition. Baseball is about the cheating scandals. All of that. You will never see an announcer talk about baseball without 3 minutes of mentioning what happened in the past. True or false?
True,
right? This is a big baseball fan. Mm-hmm. You look at football. Football is about the current times, what's happening right now. Even though they've had an amazing career, when Peyton Manning retired, big shout out to the guy. The league still continued, right? It's about how NFL adapts to the current time. College football as well, just football in general. Mm-hmm. Football is about the team thing. You play hurt. You give your 110% on the line just for your teammates, right?
Right.
Basketball is different, right? Basketball stars are built different. When you see a basketball player in football, a basketball player will stand out to you even far greater. The best basketball player we have right now is LeBron James, will stand out to you more than Patrick Mahomes would in our audience, yes or no? They're built different. They have that different aura with them. The NBA, the league, what basketball is, the name on the back is bigger than the badge on the front.
Right.
I support the Los Angeles Lakers because of LeBron James. I don't give a shit about the Lakers. I care about LeBron James. Right. That's everybody. Right. You go to court, you see kids say Steph Curry, they buy the shoes. Why? Mm-hmm. Because of the individual. That's what it is. That's what basketball is. It's about the superstar. Right. Now, what does that tell you? If you're a general manager, what do? It kind of cuts your job out for you. Go grab the superstars, put a team comes together and a good coach, and you have a high chance of winning. And what has LeBron James done? LeBron James has not only dominated in the era of free agency, in the era of the super teams. Not only has he done that, he has dominated in every offensive category that you can think of. LeBron James has his footprints on all over the thing. LeBron is not just a scorer. LeBron is not just a rebounder. LeBron is not just an assistant. LeBron is not a blocker. LeBron is just a defender. LeBron is a team.
The package.
Right? He is a team.
Right. Now,
the thing is, when people say, oh my God, Jordan went 6 for 6, right? My question to you is, I'm not trying to don Jordan on. I don't even want to bring Jordan in this argument. I just want to emphasize the greatness of this guy. When LeBron James left Cleveland Cavaliers, they disintegrated.
You get the whole economy of Cleveland.
Cleveland just went down, right? Yeah. When LeBron James left Miami Heat and Pat Riley, what happened? They went into rebuilding mode, right? They finally just came to the playoffs. They're finally in the finals without LeBron James. And who are they playing? LeBron James, a full circle. And this shows you why the greatest of LeBron is. Pat Riley, a guy known to be having like 19 some finals appearances as a coach, player, or general manager, is struggling against a guy who's in his 17th year right now. Mm-hmm. Not only that, LeBron James left the East. TV ratings, he is the conference. Whenever LeBron James was waiting, whenever Time Warner Cable was trying to renew the contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, they were wondering one thing: if LeBron was going to come to the West. Right. And that's when they renewed their contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. The moment LeBron came to the league, he not only is he affecting teams, not only is he affecting cities, he's affecting TV deals. He's affecting conferences. You look at the NBA Finals last year. Was it amazing? Absolutely. Kawhi Leonard went nuts in that. Good thing. Even though he had some breaks here and there. But the ratings were not the same. I want to give you an example. I've been in America since 2010, man. Last year was
fresh off the boat.
Yeah, fresh off the boat. Last year was the first year I've ever experienced an NBA Finals without LeBron James.
Right.
That's how long this guy's been dominating it.
Right.
I'm not even going to tell you if he's going to win or lose. I could care less.
Bro, people start the narrative, oh, he ain't playing anybody. Everybody's playing
He
against
does.
him. My nigga is the 17th year. He played his first NBA Finals. He played against Tim Duncan, Hall of Famer. Tony Parker, Hall of Famer. Manu Ginobili, Hall of Famer.
Greg
Popovich, Hall of Famer. That's 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, no chance.
At the age of 23, he faces 4 Hall of Famers. Okay? No chance. He got swept. He lost.
There's this, like, I
the
made
only
the
one I
argument.
blame for him, only one I'm like,
Mavericks.
Mavericks is the
That
only
was
one
him.
I was like, yo, he should have done.
You have, when somebody brings the Mavericks argument, I don't argue with them because they're right.
You're right. All Mavericks, La Cocina has.
Yeah.
La Cocina.
No.
Don't come up to me with that. When he played against Golden State Warriors, you know what I mean? They had 60 wins.
No,
They had
go back
70
to
wins.
Spurs. He played the Spurs where Kawhi Leonard was their 4th best player. Let that
Right.
sink in. Kawhi
A
Leonard
young Kawhi Leonard
was
the
their 4th best player. And guess what he did? He won Finals MVP. That's who he was playing
And
against.
he also LeBron.
So
Also
the first
beat
one
him.
was accomplishment when he was 23. The first one obviously is accomplishment.
Right, and
right?
then when he
Nobody looks like that.
that's that one. He what he did. He took that team.
Mhm.
The East was tough then. He took
Yeah.
a really
But,
garbage team.
Yo,
to the
do
East.
you know what? Do you know I want to kill
Five.
the argument? I want to kill the argument that the East is the least of the leagues, right? I want to kill the argument because, like in narrative football, when they say Tom Brady's in an easy division, people say he caused that dysfunction. Well, guess what? LeBron did cause this dysfunction. Whenever you're in the East, you have to understand one thing. Mentally, you're thinking about one guy, regardless of what seeding he's in. Every head coach said, hey, guess what? We have to go through that guy, even if it's in the
And
8th seed.
to further your point, my
Yeah.
nigga, in the West, they had the Lakers and the Spurs and some random team, Golden State, right?
Yeah.
It took 3 teams to do what LeBron James has done. That 10 straight,
Yeah.
not 10 straight, but 10 finals. My nigga, it took 3 teams to do what he's done.
100%. And another thing, right, is the ability. LeBron James took a guy named with the name of Zydrunas Ilgauskas
From Lithuania.
Lithuania.
From Lithuania.
Some nobody.
A guy's name, again, I repeat, his name was Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
And
By
another
the
nigga
way,
named Boobie Gibson.
by the way, I want to say one thing. I want to
Daniel Marshall. Drew Gooden.
say Hamza
No
Bashir.
names.
Drew Gooden had a patch on the back of his head. That's how he was identified. All he had no hair. Complete bald. Man was balding.
I just want to say one thing.
Little
I just
patch on the back of his head.
Yeah, before I,
That's not bad. That's not bad. Shim.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
before I go on, Zydrunas Ilgauskas was one of LeBron's best teammates. He was a tough player.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Julius Gonzalez retired, I think, 5 years ago. Bro, in the next 20 years, he's not going to be put in the Hall of Fame.
He's not. But here's the greatness of it. LeBron James' ability to take bums like Hamza Bashir. He could take me and put me in the corner. Tell him, Hamza, shoot at this specific time. I'll take you to NBA Finals. He took James Jones, by the way. Isn't he like the general manager of the Suns, right? He was at least the general manager of the
Went to
Suns.
the finals with him 4 times.
Nah,
Four
nah,
times.
Yeah.
He took James Jones to the finals.
Damon Jones.
Was he a good shooter though?
There was Damon
That's
Jones.
good shooter, but guess what?
Or Eric Snow.
Yo, no, let's go to the next topic. Okay.
I gotta say one thing though.
Yeah.
What would this ring mean for all LeBron supporters and all like
He's
guys
number
that
four.
came up
He's
with him?
number
What
four.
would that mean? What would that mean?
He's just
Number
number 4. Hey, guess we already, in my opinion, he already
Would
cemented
it
the
would it make him
greatness.
surprised? Even though some people like LeBron have him like over MJ, you know, and I
I
can
have
see
him over MJ.
Yeah, you have him over MJ. I can see why that is.
Number
This
4.
ring, I feel like would like let everybody know like
3 different teams,
3 different
2 different
teams.
conferences,
Mhm.
5 different head coaches, and a bunch of C+ players on his team. The best thing about it, Anthony Davis right now has played 1 year with him, and he's already ranked as the best team that LeBron has ever had.
When LeBron plays for 2 teams, 2 other teams. He played for 2 teams. He played for 1 team twice. Okay, so 3 times he left the 1 team. He left the 8 team, right? A team, right? When LeBron James left a team, they did not make the playoffs the next year.
plummet.
What are you talking about? They go to
Just think
lottery
about that.
picks.
No. Just think about that. When LeBron James left a team LeBron James had left, they don't make the playoffs the next year. When Michael retired and went to fucking White Sox,
They went from 57 win team.
Actually,
to
their record
55
got
win
better.
team.
Their record got better.
No, they dropped 2 games.
they lost 2 games. They still
Two
made the
games.
playoffs. They
they were still
went
number
to
one
Eastern
East.
Conference Finals.
What happened to when he left the Cavs?
He lost against the whole.
They were
economy.
lottery pick. And guess what? Mind you, again, there's one thing in football that we believe in is like you can never, in sports in general, you can never overcome bad management, right? If you have bad management, it doesn't matter how talented you are. LeBron James was fighting Dan Gilbert, a guy that literally.
Don't let me start on Dan Gilbert. Don't get me
Dan
started.
Gilbert was
Don't get me
one of.
started.
Oh my god.
My nigga,
man.
imagine Frank Lampard left Chelsea and they weren't winning anything, right? He left Chelsea, right? And then when he leaves Chelsea, Abramovich gets upset. He writes a letter to fucking LeBron. You ain't shit.
And
he writes a letter to Lampard. He says you ain't shit. I'm gonna win a chip before you. You're not gonna do this.
He actually wrote that down.
He wrote a
And he
letter.
put it
man.
on the newspaper.
He put it
published.
He published this letter
When was this? When he first
When
left
the
the
Cavs
Cavs?
when he first left in 09.
And then you telling me LeBron came back,
He
got
came
them
back.
a championship,
Bro, he
and
came
bounced.
back. He came back. He came back for
Oh,
the sole
man.
purpose of fucking city of Cleveland. For the
That's
state of Ohio. No other reason.
And he won the chip. I guess what he did. He
Got
said,
his shit
"Yo, I
done.
gotta go to LA real quick now. He's retired. I don't mind if he retires to LA. He did his job here.
Took him to the finals 3 times. Took the shitty city of Cleveland to the finals 3 times.
Took Darren Williams. to
4
the final.
total.
4 total.
Was it Darren Williams that was playing that team?
Darren Williams is trash ass was playing on that team.
YMCA player.
But he
Garbage niggas.